Hey everyone, so this is our last journal presentation, and here's mine. Um, I did my final journal article on something that I feel is affecting America's education system in a variety of different ways, and that is teacher tenure. So, my journal article is called The Implications in Our Education System, focusing on teacher tenure. And I pretty much decided to use this topic because it's a topic that has been on my mind lately. I just feel that, I wanted to do more research, so what other better way to do it than now, right? So America's education is being hindered, and one of the problems is ineffective teachers. And I have personally seen this, and I feel like I wanted to find out more about it, and education is lacking committed and dedicated educators. From my personal experience, I feel like that's one of the biggest problems that education is facing is the lack of effective teachers. When focusing on other countries such as Finland, for example, they actually have a different selection um, process for teachers, and teachers are selected among the top 10-20% of the highest um, performing observations and expectations. And I feel like in America, or at least in California, from what I have seen, um, it's the interview process, and that's pretty much it. I don't think they actually, go into looking at how you performed in certain areas or how much you know of a certain subject. It's just the basic interview questions. And I feel like there should be more focus on what kind of teachers are educating our students nowadays. And that's just a personal belief that I decided to find out more about. So, first of all, tenure, if I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with the term. If not, um, this definition was taken from an online dictionary, and it pretty much says teacher tenure is defined as a status granted to an employee, usually after probationary period, indicating that the position of employment is permanent. And when it comes to teacher tenure, teachers are usually given 2 or 3 years as their probation period, which allows for their for their supervisor, for their principal to come in, do observations, see if they're performing well, see areas that they could improve on, give them feedback, and if they do not meet those expectations as a teacher, then they get let go. And the reason there's the 2 to 3 probation period is because it's a lot easier to let somebody go when they're in that probation period rather than when they actually get tenured. And for me, I personally feel that teachers get tenured too quickly, um, and teachers get comfortable too quickly. So, the main points that I covered in my journal article are the pros and cons of tenure. Um, the the main question that I had was, are teachers becoming tenured too soon, and the effects that it's having on education? And the purpose for tenure is to protect outstanding teachers from being fired for reasons including non-educational purposes. And I feel like a couple of the pros for tenure is that um, those who are outstanding teachers, they get the peace of mind that their job is secure, and if you're in the profession for the right reasons, then you'll have no problem, or the students or the community will have no problem with you being the educator. But a con, and there's a couple of cons. One of the cons that always, gets to me is the fact that a lot of people are not in the profession, in the teaching, education field for the right reasons. And that has a huge effect on your performance. I feel like, of course, when you're being observed, and you're on a probation period, you will most likely try to impress whoever's observing you, try to, do your best. But once you get that satisfaction that, you have your job guaranteed, that's when you tend to lack motivation for the students. You tend to, just try to make it by on a day to day basis without having so much focus on the best interest for the students and meeting their individual needs. And that's when I feel like teachers are becoming tenure too soon. I have no problem with tenure. I feel like it's amazing, and as an educator myself, I would love, to have the a guarantee that I will have my job for many years, because I feel like no matter what, I'm still going to put in all of my effort, put in everything that I have for the needs of the students, because I love to teach. That's what I love. But not everybody is, the same. And I feel that teachers are becoming tenured too soon. I feel like there should be a longer time period, or there should be, probation periods after a certain time. So, have the 3 years before, and then get tenured, and just, go for a couple more years and then get observed again. Something to make sure that our teachers in our country, in America, are still maintaining and performing at the high levels of expectations that they should have. And the pros: teacher tenure benefits those teachers with the peace of mind that the job is secure. It allows for high performing teachers to stay in the education field, and students receive the proper instruction by someone who is actually entitled to give it, someone who is motivating and wants the best for each student. Um, those who are in the profession, who are not in the profession for the right reasons, become too comfortable with the position and assume that, oh, I already have my job, I'm good to go. I'll just get by these days with worksheets or whatever it is that you do. Instruction becomes it becomes tends to lack. Students do not become motivated. Test scores become lower because those teachers are not educating in the right way, and teachers become just accustomed to the routine, and that's when it just begins to affect not only the students, but the parents and the whole community. And honestly, my overall opinion um, is, why, I don't know, it's just something to think about. Why are you in the field? Why are you in the education field? And for me, if I were to answer this question, I would say, I'm in the education field because I hope to inspire the young minds, the minds of the future, just like previous teachers have inspired me and given me, ignited my passion for teaching, ignited my passion for working with children. And if you don't know how to answer this question, or feel like you do not have a passion for it, I suggest you find another alternative, because I feel like teaching should be something that comes from the heart. It's not something that is for everyone. However, it is extremely rewarding, and we should have teachers who are selected well, and teachers who maintain their job in the field, performing their best. So that was um, my journal topic, and I'm sorry that this presentation was kind of long, but I just feel like it's a very, very, very important topic, teacher tenure, um, to talk about and to think about, and maybe have different alternatives to select those teachers and to select who gets tenured and who doesn't. Um, but yeah, that was my journal topic, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, sorry it's extremely long, but I had a great time um, in this course, and I definitely learned a lot. And I hope you all had a good time as well, and I will talk to you soon.